I moved out to Los Angeles like 7 years ago. And when I started content creating was because I wanted to be an actor, and I went to school for acting, got a degree, did the whole 9 yards, did everything
Wow.
right. Took a lot of classes and things of that sort for it. And what ended up happening, just like what happens to everybody who has the acting dream in Los Angeles, you just get destroyed. Like it just spits you out. I wasn't my acting coach back in Texas was like, you're not ready. You don't have the resume for it. Don't move to Los Angeles. But my wife's business took me out here, her job. So I was like, all right, let's just go. Let me go for it. But
Yeah.
and the reason why I did content creating was this town is full of rejection, dude. Like, no, you can't do this.
Oh,
No,
sure.
you're not right for that part. No, we don't want you. Da 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 da. So a bunch of no's, and it got me into a really bad place, like mentally, emotionally, and I was just like beaming with light going into Los Angeles, and it got smutted, like destroyed out. And so I told myself, I want to create stuff. And when I learned when I was in theater was like, you don't really need much to do theater. Like it just needs an audience, a performer, and a stage. Like those are the three things you need, and you could do theater anywhere. And I took that to heart. So I was like, all right, I love gaming. I wish I didn't waste my refund checks from college on surround sound. I wish I used it towards video capture stuff. So I was like, let me create a gaming channel. And this was in 2012. And I was like, all right, let me just create a channel and give myself a stage, give myself a performance to do something, and the audience will come. And started grinding that, and eventually led to like Twitch streaming, and then now it's more of a theatrical experience of an actual live audience, and getting the same thing of performance and vibing and things like that. But yeah, man, like that's why I started content creating, and people just liked what I did, and they liked the vibe that I do, and that the enthusiasm I have for games, because I've been playing video games forever, but I come from the era of a bygone era of the arcade.
Really?
And that's where like I gained my most like experience playing video games, like the whole quarter up thing,
in
like
arcades.
put the quarter on the machine. Yeah. And he like, hey man, you wanna play? No doubt. All right, I got next. You put the quarter on the machine cabinet, and that was your way. And like,
what? You grew up in the 80s?
Hey, I grew up in those times, man, of like I still remember the Pizza Hut back in home next to in Austin, Texas, that had an X-Men machine and the Simpsons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's where when I was starting content creating, and I would, you looked on YouTube and you saw nothing but like lack of a better word, toxicity, like like very aggressive memes and people like dragging on each other. This was like Call of Duty days. So I was like, I don't want to be that channel. I want to show what gaming means to me, and bring that arcade experience of like GG's, good vibes, and put it out content wise. So that was my whole thing. And that's what inspired me to like really push it. And then the community came around, and I just feel like I literally, there was a saga and I just warped right through it. But yeah, but basically that's why I'm here. And then like, I love casting and I love hosting. And that happened in high school when you're just up in front of a crowd. There's really something magical about it when you look out in the crowd and there's just people laughing and smiling. And when I started hosting and casting, that kind of like same energy started to come around. I was like, oh, okay, this is it. This is what I wanted to do. Like, I love this vibe and I want to chase this feeling. And I mean, because to answer like, both of you guys know that this thing called content creation is the Wild West. Like, there's wrong ways of doing it, but there is right ways that people have done it. But you could literally go out there and do it, and it doesn't require much. And that's what's wild to me.
It's true. Yeah, it's very the what is it? The requirement, right? The requirement to get started is pretty low. There's not a whole lot that you need to get started.
Yeah, man, and that's what's crazy is that you could get discouraged so easily.
Yeah,
and I keep telling people that if you want to pursue what you want to do, if this is it, content creating, know that there is literally no road signs, and there's literally no path at all. I compare it to like running in the dark, because that's what you're doing. but there's awesome moments like one being on this podcast. I'm not gonna lie to you, being on this podcast is one of those moments, like a sign that's letting you know, hey, you're going the right way. Keep going and trust yourself. Like, you're okay. I know no one in your family has pursued content creating.
Yeah.
No one in your friend circle is doing what you're doing.
Yeah. But
you're doing it, right? Just keep going. You're gonna be fine. And that's what, like, I always tell people, you need to look for moments like that, because they're some of them, sometimes it happens a lot, like you like bam, 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 right? And then all of a sudden there's dead silence.
Yeah.
just keep going.
Suddenly it's a desert.
Beacon. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. It's so fun and exhilarating, and it's so scary at the same time. But that's what content creating to me is, and that's where I've learned over the 5 years of jumping into it, and here I am 5 years later, still going.